So in today's video, we're going to be showing our Cave Club collection. So I got into these dolls at the very end of 2020 after Christmas shopping to see if we could get deals at Target, and I saw one of these dolls that I didn't know existed, and it was all over, and that's how this whole collection ended up happening. And these look very doll-like, very innocent, and I love that about them, and their cute, short, little squat stature is just the sweetest thing ever. So
I kind of have the whimsical Moxie Girls feel.
Yes, Moxie Girls whimsical, very. If you want to see pictures of these dolls and you want to read more about them, I have all that kind of information on my Flickr. You don't need a Flickr to view it. I have a whole album just for Cave Club dolls, and you can feel free to check that out if you're interested. So without further ado, let's get to it. So we're going to start with Fernessa, because Fernessa was the reason I got into Cave Club dolls. Quote-unquote signature or first edition Fernessa. This is a separately sold doll, and this is the one that came in the 3-pack that I had seen Cave Club dolls at our local Walmart sometime like just at the end caps when they first came out. And I didn't really think anything of them. I was like, oh, new dolls, whatever, and kind of walked on and forgot about them. But then after I saw a Wild About Babysitting Fernessa at Target, I started to think they were really cute, but that doll wasn't discounted by much. She was still like $20, and I didn't want to spend that much on something that I might not get really into. So Colleen had to work one Saturday, and while I was waiting for her because it was too cold to sit in the Jeep, I went into Walmart. This was at the very end of 2020. I noticed that they had some Cave Club dolls in the clearance section for $7 each, and it was this signature for Nessa and Slate. So I decided that I would buy her and see what I thought, because, you know, she was pretty inexpensive, and I fell in love, and I did crimp all of her hair because it was wild.
And, like, we thought they were so cute, and their accessories were such good quality that within the hour we were, like, looking at other sets, including the Wild About Babysitting one.
Yeah, Nessa reminds me a lot of Monster High Claudine. Maybe it's her skin tone is about the same, but she's adorable. You're probably wondering why the heck I have a 3-pack for Nessa. You can see that the 3-pack dolls have less painted details. So in this case, the separately sold one has painted flowers on her leg cuffs, whereas the 3-pack doll does not. And the interestingly, I think the 3-pack dolls have higher color faces, at least my set does. Wanted to get more of the signature characters, but at the time, none of the other ones were on sale, and I was at Walmart doing grocery shopping within, I don't know, like 2 weeks or so of getting my first Cave Club dolls, and I saw that the 3-pack had gone on sale for $5. Now, the 3-pack dolls having a few lacking painted details, they don't come with pets or any additional accessories, so I was like, it doesn't really matter. I mean, I'll save money on the other 2 dolls that I don't have, but as you'll see later, obviously I had to change of heart because I didn't really need that 3-pack after all. But it was $5, and I styled her hair differently. I gave her these little twists on the sides, and I flat ironed the back and put it in a ponytail, because these dolls all have nylon hair and it can be pretty darn unruly. But I think they're adorable, and I had fun making them look different from one another. And now this is Wild About Babysitting Fernessa. She is where it's all at. She is like what made me drawn to this line. If you don't know this about me, I've always loved baby dolls, toddler dolls, babysitting themed things, nursery themed things. I'm a sucker for that. I love Bitty Baby. So when I saw that they made a Cave Club prehistoric themed babysitting set, I was at Target. It was right after Christmas 2020, and I saw it and I fell in love. I had never seen this set before, and I knew I had to have it, and if it had been cheaper than the $20 it was discounted to, I probably would have come home with it that day. But like I said before,
it's so darn cute.
I rationalized, like, do I really need to spend $20 on something that I previously didn't want? So I ended up ordering her and Wild About Barbecue's Emberly together off of Amazon through the warehouse, which is, I'm sure you're familiar with it, but if you're not, basically when people return things to Amazon because they don't want it, or maybe there's damage to the packaging or something defective, you can get it for a discount. So I got her for, I want to say like maybe $14 or something off Amazon. And because I bought Emberly too, I got free shipping. I love her. She's probably one of my favorites in my collection. Then we have Cave-tastic Sleepover Fernessa. I waited and waited and waited for what felt like an eternity. It was really only a few months for these sleepover dolls because there were pictures of them, like stock images everywhere online, and it seemed like in places outside the US, like the United Kingdom, they were already released, but I don't know if maybe it was because of COVID delaying shipments of things or whatnot, but they just were not coming to the States, and they definitely weren't coming into stores. So at some point, Amazon would do this weird thing where it would like list one day like Cave Club dolls that previously hadn't been there, and you'd go to order them, and then it would be like, oh yeah, these aren't supposed to ship out until like, 2 months onward. And then the next day, it would all be like sold out or not even listed anymore, it would just disappear. So a lot of shady things were happening. So at some point, when I saw the pre-order for Fernessa come up, I decided to buy her. And they're pretty inexpensive dolls. I think they were like 14 or 15 originally. So I decided to buy her, like pre-order her. But weirdly enough, we never got Roolie. Like, she was never available. Emberly was always easy to obtain. She was the one that's been up on Amazon consistently. I'm disappointed that I still don't have Roolie. Maybe that'll change, but it's been like a year since I got these dolls. I got them, I want to say like, I got her at the end of June, I think, of last year, 2021. And I remember I had just gotten back from working on the farm, and it was really, really hot day, and Colleen was setting up some kind of doll photo when I came home, and I saw the big Amazon box, and I was confused because only Fernessa was supposed to ship out. It was just one doll. Turns out they sent me a whole case of Fernessa dolls, which was a total of 4. And of course I wasn't going to keep dolls I didn't pay for, so luckily they were able to send like a UPS guy out the next day to pick up the box. And I just kept the doll that I first pulled out before I knew that there were multiples because I felt weird like picking the best one, and I didn't want to hurt her feelings. But she's awesome. I love sleepover themed dolls, one of my personal favorites. They're a very classic theme to have in the
And she's like so adorable.
Yes, and she's got this cute little hair, but I did like again a flat iron the back of it. So now we're on to Colleen's favorite character, Emberly.
I love Emberly.
Signature Emberly, I stalked for a while. I kept like scanning her after Christmas at Walmart, but she didn't get discounted. They'd have tons of her. She'd be in the clearance section, but she'd still be $15, and I'm cheap. So finally, one Saturday, we had to get something at Walmart, and I realized that all the signature dolls were marked down to 9, and she wasn't one of the ones included in the 3-pack, so we decided to buy her, and she's got this, she comes with really awesome crimped hair. You'll notice, like, they all have crimped hair, and it's got yellow streaks in it. She is adorable. She's definitely like your favorite character.
Oh yeah, I just love her green eyes and hair, and even her name.
Of course, Wild About BBQs, or Barbecues Emberly, is the coolest Emberly doll.
And she was our first.
And like I said, I got her through Amazon Warehouse as a return with Babysitting Fernessa. And one of them had a really bad box, like it practically fell apart.
I didn't know she existed when we saw the babysitting set, but when we were looking, and Shelly goes, Colleen, there's more like it, and this one comes with food. It was like I knew I had to have her almost as badly as I needed Fernessa, which is why we bought her too.
We love food-themed things, and as kids, we were obsessed with like Barbie grills and outdoor cooking, so she was a
And I found some weird ways of using her grill in other photos.
Yeah, this is Cave-tastic Sleepover. She was the first one to become released here in the States from the set.
And Shelly was so busy sulking about Roolie and Fernessa not being available. I was like, Shelly, just order Emberly. Love the one you're with. Get the one we can get.
Part of it, too, is she was my least favorite from the set.
See, I love that.
I like her hair color the best, but it's her outfit for me isn't as cute. So I ended up ordering her and several others. Like, it was actually a pretty big lot.
It was a substantial cake.
Yeah, because like I said, they weren't really in stores in my area because I live in like the middle of nowhere. And they were
we'd become completely obsessed in them.
And I knew that like to try to wait to get these dolls secondhand wasn't smart, because if I wasn't finding them locally, then kids wouldn't be either. So
and also they come with such cool accessories, was one of the selling points of them, so I wanted to get them new.
So this is Rockin' Dino Party Emberly. I'm just realizing has like one really wonky eye. This one is huge. So cute. Her hair did not come crimped, actually. It came really curly, and it was like a mess. But I thought, that's okay. 80s crimps are totally fitting. She reminds me of American Girl Courtney.
I love
the way
her.
she's styled. So I saw the pre-order images for these on Amazon around June, and I kind of knew at this point that some of the newer releases were probably not gonna get returned through the warehouse, so there probably wouldn't be a lot of them floating around.
So I still feel like her and Bashli are like mythical.
Yes, so I pre-ordered her, and then not long after Bashli, and that was in the summer. They didn't come until like the fall, end of September, October, something like that. But she was worth the wait. She came with a lot of little hair accessories and stuff. I have pictures of all of them on Flickr if you want to see what they come with, but she's awesome. Then we have Roolie. Roolie might be my favorite character. It's between her and Roolie. So this is my signature separately sold Roolie. I got her for $9 at Walmart when they went on sale because I just love her pet. He's so cute. And she's got these cute little whisker designs. I love the idea of her, and I did crimp her hair. I decided to crimp all my separately sold dolls. So the difference between her and then the 3-pack doll is you can see that the 3-pack doll has an unpainted belt. Well, she has the painted belt, and she comes with additional accessories. And obviously I got her for $5 in the 3-pack. Now this is Wild About Cats, Roolie. I did know that she existed when I went home and researched Cave Club dolls after I first saw Babysitting Fernessa, but because pet-themed dolls are more common, she's definitely the kind of doll I would have wanted badly as a kid, and I did want her, but I didn't prioritize her as much, so I ended up waiting to get her through the Amazon warehouse. But she has really cute, well-made accessories, and I love how her facial screening has, like, different whiskery type designs. She's very cool. I love all their tribal facial paint. Then we have the sweet little Tella. So this is separately sold Tella, who, like I said, I crimped her hair, got her for $9 at Walmart. I think she reminds me of Abby Abominable from the Monster High.
Yeah.
There's actually no difference in terms of painted details between her and the 3-pack doll next to her, who I got for $5. Literally the same. It's just my 3-pack dolls happen to be high colors, so their face paint's a little more saturated. And her And this is Wild About Sleepovers Tella. She's marketed with a Cave-tastic sleepover line, but they call her Wild About Sleepovers. Now, she came out a little bit after, and I was planning on waiting to get her on some sort of sale, but the story goes that I was also collecting Moxie Girls at the time. Like, I was working on building my collection up a little bit more, and they had this knitting fun calendar who was very out of date at that point on Walmart, sold directly through Walmart for $20, and I was concerned that this was a mistake because that's happened to me before ordering from Kmart, and I thought that they probably didn't really have Kellen, and I thought that if like this random whatever doll showed up, I'd be super disappointed, so Colleen suggested we buy this Wild About Sleepover Stella, so that way at least I'd have something to cheer me up. But it turns out that there really was a Kellen doll, and they came together, and it was so shady how they came from the same warehouse.
Well, what really freaks me out about the whole thing with Kellen is that, like, think about American Girl when Shelly ordered her Marisol doll, like, they actually had to go down and check. She was the last one. They only have one warehouse. Walmart has a million,
yeah.
So how did they know they actually had those two Kellen dolls in stock? It was freaky.
But it worked out, and I love that her hair, it's like a little bit flattened because of the container she was in, but I love the hairstyle. It reminds me.
Kind of looks like Dracula.
Yep, dead tired.
Yes.
They definitely took inspiration from Monster High for these dolls, which is cute. And then we have Rochelle. I love her because she reminds me of Monster High Rochelle for some reason. She's got this like really sweet pastel theme. So this is signature Rochelle. She was actually my second one. I had the Tyrannosaurus doll first, and she actually came out after the Tyrannosaurus doll. I saw her at Walmart one day when I was grocery shopping, marked down to 9, and they only had one left, and I thought, well, I might as well buy her because they probably won't discount this one anymore. She'll sell out before then, and then I don't have to order her online. And I thought that she was really cute, cuter than the Tyrannosaurus doll, because she's got the 2 ponytails, and her stuffed Tyrannosaurus accessory is beyond cute, and I needed it in my life, so that's why I bought her. And I got Miss Tyrannosaurus from Amazon warehouse. And I'm not gonna lie, I really wanted her because I wanted that big dinosaur who I'll show you in a few minutes. But I did have to flat iron her hair because it was like insane. Now the coolest Roadkill in my collection. Has to be Dino Babysitting Adventure. I got lucky when I was placing an order. She had just appeared on Amazon, and Colleen talked me into buying her for full price. And at this point, like I said, I thought some of these newer releases probably aren't going to be returns. She disappeared like a few days after I placed my order and didn't resurface. You couldn't even like access the pictures on Amazon unless I went through my purchase history. She just disappeared until like that fall, so they must have had some problem supplying her. Now you can go on and order her. She comes with the cutest little baby dinosaurs that like hatch out of eggs, and I'm all about that. Like, it's so cute, and she's just darling. I love her face paint, and I thought for a while that she was not gonna come back on Amazon, so I was like, oh boy, I got lucky. Then we have my two Bashli dolls. This is Signature Bashli. I ordered her on Amazon when I placed that really large order with Cave-tastic Sleepover Emberly. So Amazon kept soliciting Colleen.
I was getting an email from them at least once a day, them trying to sell me Bashli.
Because they knew we were looking at Cave Club, and they were like that friend that's like an enabler, and they kept being like, oh, we found something you might like. And I mean, I did like her. She reminds me of the 1980s Barbie and the Rockers line with this like crazy curly hair.
I just love her. And I figured, that saying if you're going to go to hell anyway, you might as well do it thoroughly, since we were already ordering like Emberly and I think Raquel and two of the other dolls will see in a minute. I was like, we might as well buy the Bashli. Like, we should just buy the Bashli.
So this Bashli is the Amazon version. There's another one that comes in like an open style packaging with like the traditional plastic outside. She is the Amazon version that came in like a shoebox style package, what you'd see like Avon Barbie sold it in the 90s, and she came with an extra hair extension. This is the Dino Rockin' Party Bashli, who I ordered not long after Emberly. For some reason they didn't like get listed at the same point, but they got listed like a week or two apart, and I pre-ordered her, and then she showed up actually a couple days I think after Emberly, and she's got this really crazy hair. I love just her insane 80s themed outfit. I love it. It's just such a wild combination of like prehistoric 80s. They're darling. Then we have Slate. As I mentioned, I got him with Fernessa at Walmart for $7, so he was one of my very first Cave Club dolls. I'm a sucker for male dolls. I think they're really interesting and unique, and he's got an artist theme. So he has, you can see he's wearing some of his accessories, it's like a little palette and whatnot. He's got paint splatters on his face, and he's the only Slate that was produced. They do have the Amazon version with the hair extension, but I thought I might as well get him because even though I wasn't sure how I'd feel about the dolls, I'm like, I'm gonna get into these. I have a feeling I might as well buy him.
He's so cute.
So this is the Wild About Babysitting Furra. She was sold with Fernessa. They actually do have 3 other tot-sized dolls that come with like mini dinosaurs. And you can buy those on Amazon, but they're through UK-based sellers, so they're like $30 each, and they're supposed to retail, I think, for $15 or $16. So that's why I don't have any of them. Even though I could technically order them, I didn't want to overpay either. So I'm happy with this doll. She is adorable. She comes with this like crazy hair, and she reminds me a lot of the Monster High siblings, but I think she's even cuter. Her face is darling. And then we have Signature Roolie and Lumina. We ordered them off of Amazon together in that like kind of big haul. We decided these are really cool characters. She reminds me of Urkel.
Yes, I love her.
She's got like this really cool afro hair, and she's got like the nerd aesthetic. And then Lumina is very kind of gothic-y, which I love, and she's got the cool crimped hair with the streaks, and then some of her hair is straight. She's just super awesome, and I like their pets. She's kind of like DJ themed. So we just decided we might as well buy them because we didn't think any of our stores in the area would get them, which they didn't. So I'm really glad that we just were smart and bought them while we could. And last but not least, we have Tyrannosaurus, who is the cutest thing that was ever produced by a company. She comes with food that you can feed her, and this little place that the dolls can sit and ride her. I think you can have 2 dolls ride her at the same time. She's got rooted hair. She's really heavy, and I ended up getting mine for like $25, I think, $30.
Yeah, you've saved quite a bit of money.
Yeah, because she was returned because the package was pretty beat up. I love her. I keep her on display on my bookshelf downstairs. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and meeting all of our really adorable Cave Club dolls. And I'm sorry to anybody's wallet out there that might be hurting as a result of watching this. Because that was how I felt when I first saw Babysitting Fernessa, who I'm looking at right
The
now.
wallet ran in fear.
So as I said in the beginning of this video, if you want to see pictures of these dolls or read additional information, feel free to check out my Cave Club album on my Flickr. And until next time, love your dolls, love yourself, and love your life. Oliver was desperate to help out during this video, and he kept purring and putting his furry butt in our faces while we were setting up the dolls. So I just want to say this video was not made possible by this very obese rag doll.
Siamese.
Aren't you, huh? Show them your belly. It also was not made possible by Andy, who slept on Colleen's bed and ignored us.
Hey, he stayed out of the way.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You need to be brushed, but you won't let me.